will have to change the address everywhere. I'm letting everyone know that we are live somewhere else. I don't know if people will see that we are live. Okay, now people are saying hi, hi, hi. Hi everyone. I don't know what is happening with my computer.
Oh, something appeared.
What?
Something appeared.
No, yeah, people are starting to show up. Hi everyone. I don't know what happened with my computer. Mom and I have been trying to broadcast from my laptop like we normally do, but
it was impossible.
It was impossible. We tried switching browsers a few times and it wasn't really working. So this is the first time I ever broadcast from my phone. If anyone sees that there are other people still active on the other video, please let them know that we are on a different link. Having said that, hi, as always, my journals live are improvised and not always working really well. And now I can, since this is my first time, as I told you, broadcasting on the phone, all the comments are popping up covering my mother's face on my screen. So I don't know if I'll be able to read everyone's comments. But here we are. It's Monday, October 11th. This is the fourth time that I'm doing the live recording for the Joji Fall Knit Along. We still have another 2 weeks to meet up live. And today I have my lovely mom. And someone says, looks like your mom's nail polish is matching her yarn. Tu esmalte de uñas es igual que tu lana.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Then someone says we get the notification and when we touch the link, we come right here to see you. That's awesome. Thanks for not giving up on the video. So glad to catch you live again. Yeah, we were not going to give up, but we almost gave up. Casi desistimos. We were not able to record today otherwise.
To find the mistake.
Yeah, we couldn't, I don't know, I'll have to look up what's going on because I try to do it in the same way as I did every other week. So, if you are watching this as a recording in the future from right now, then this is Joji's knitting journal, and for 6 weeks we're going to do live editions on Mondays at 2 p.m. This is edition number 4. And so you will see me reading people's comments on the screen and maybe answering some questions. I will try to read the questions and then answer them so that if you're watching the recording, then you know what the question was. Hi, Carson. Thanks for helping me. Everyone's saying hello to my mom.
Isn't it possible to see the messages in the computer?
I don't know what these messages are. Don't worry. I think that they are from a different app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And yes, so there hasn't been a lot of knitting over here. I don't think that you have knitted much either.
No.
¿Dijiste mucho? No, we haven't been knitting much. I have been running a lot. Thanks everyone for the lovely comments that everyone sent yesterday on Instagram, and I just saw someone complimenting me on finishing my half marathon yesterday. So in case you didn't see that, I ran a half marathon in the city of Buenos Aires yesterday. It wasn't my first half marathon, but it was the first time that I ran that distance in a big race with a lot of other people. It was actually very, very exciting.
This is the first time without extranjeros. foreign people.
without foreign people. But there were some.
Some from Bolivia,
Yeah.
from los países vecinos,
Neighboring
sí.
countries. Yesterday was we had the Buenos Aires Marathon here, and
After 2 years.
It hadn't happened for 2 years, and there were two distances that we were running: half marathon and full marathon. And it's a beautiful race because they get you running across the city, so you get to see all the tourist sites, and they close the streets and the highways for us runners to go on. And I had never been on a highway on my 2 feet, and I had been to many of the places where I was running, but you get to see the city in a very different way. So
Se corría sobre Avenida Sánchez.
yeah, we were running on the main avenues and the main streets of Buenos Aires.
Very wide ones.
Yeah, very, very wide. There were 13,000 people running this race. Mom said that there were 10,000 people running the same distance as I ran. So it was a super nice day had for me. My goal was to finish the race feeling good. I had run this distance since April, May. I have been running regularly this distance for my training. So I wanted to run it in a way that made me feel happy, that I could enjoy all the landscapes and all the sights. And so yeah, I had a great day. I'm fully recovered today. That means that my training was good. Otherwise, I would have helped.
And how did you arrive?
Very well. I think that when you finish a race and you feel good, you instantly think, oh, maybe I could have run more. But I don't think that my body can run more than that distance.
La cantidad que podías.
Yeah, I think that's the distance that my body can handle very well. So
I saw the man who won the race. He was a Bolivian.
Yeah, he won the full marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was exhausted. Absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
He couldn't walk.
At some point, so my time, I don't know if anyone is interested in running. I don't see many comments on my phone. I'm trying to, but they're too tiny.
It's very hard.
At some point, I started looking at my watch, and I realized that my time, if I kept the pace that I was at, my time would be very little over 2 hours. And so I did try to pick it up so that I could maybe finish the half marathon in under 2 hours. And as soon as I started picking up the pace, I knew that I would not get to the finish line if I kept like pushing the pace. So I held back a little bit, and my time was slightly over 2 hours. But perhaps someday I can train to maybe make it faster as a fun challenge to
next time.
Yeah, to mix things up so that I don't get bored with my training and always.
Did you eat something during the race?
Yeah, so Dolly says it's wise not to run so far until you injure your feet. Exactly. I eat during the race. I eat some sugar. So when I train, I can eat like gummies or maybe bauquita, which
Banana?
you like. No, I don't.
It's heavy.
Yeah, it makes me heavy in my stomach. So I usually eat some specific food for the race, and I drink water. But it wasn't such a long time running. It was 2 hours, so your body can really withstand that. And then I eat a lot when I finish my race, of course. So, do you think about knitting when you run? I wish I could knit and run at the same time. I honestly, I think that I run thinking a lot about what I'm doing. I try to congratulate myself and be a good coach and remind myself that last year I wasn't doing all these things, and so I tell myself this thing that you're doing is really good. It's really good. Sometimes I think of new designs when I go on long runs or when I see something that inspires me, but I can't say that I think a lot about knitting when I'm running. Okay, then Sabrina says it was a great run. Everybody says this race is very enjoyable. Congratulations, Hoji, on your time. What an achievement. Question, what kind of shoes do you wear? I commented about my shoes yesterday because I think that shoes do the biggest difference in how I feel when I run and how I feel after I run. I have flat feet or slightly flat feet, especially my left foot is flatter than my right foot, and I am very prone to have plantar fasciitis, both when I walk and when I run. So I am very, very picky with my shoes, and I found that there are two types of shoes that I feel most comfortable with. One of them is the Hoka Gaviota, and those are Hoka 11 is the brand, Gaviota is the model, and those are designed for flat feet. And even when I wasn't running, those shoes were really comfortable on my knees. They provided good support and good rest. So walking was really a lot more comfortable, a lot easier on all my joints. My knees are so I sound like I complain about my body a lot, but it's just sometimes knowing how your body is built and what can be improved helps your posture and your walking. So not only my feet are slightly flat, but also my knees are bent inwards towards the middle, like my father and like most of my siblings. So we have our knees bent inwards, and so there's a lot of pressure on the inside of our knees when we walk, and those ligaments get sore when I walk long distances or when I run. So running with these shoes that are very cushioned and also very stable actually help me not feel pain when I finish my workouts. So even if you are not a runner, I recommend finding shoes that are built for the way your feet are either prone or under prone, and also a good cushioning makes your life a lot easier. So Hoka Gaviota are one brand that I like, and I also like the Asics Kayano shoes a lot. So those two shoes. And then now I am training for a run that is going to happen in the mountains. So I had to buy some shoes that have a good grip so that I don't fall. So therefore I train with 3 different pairs of shoes. But I don't think that you need more than one, really. Okay, let's see. A lot of running today, but I told you I was going to talk about the run. Gishen says, hola Joji and hola Virgi. Mary says, I never liked exercising when I was younger, but now I swim regularly and I feel so good when I do. Is that the exercise high they talk about? Yes, Mary. I think that that is really what everyone talks about, the feeling that you can control your body and that you did something to make your body feel stronger and healthier. Then Willemine says, Leiden and Eindhoven had marathons as well yesterday. I had a friend running in each. So proud of you and your achievement. Then someone says, I've spent many dollars on running shoes over the years, worth every penny. Couldn't agree more. Shoes are the foundation. I also think it's great to invest in hand knit socks because they also make us feel toasty feet. Medias de lana. También.
Yes.
Then Susana says, hola to you. And Sabrina says, we love yarns and running shoes. Hi from Edinburgh. So, that was yesterday's run and yesterday's theme.
Yesterday you ran and you eat.
I ate a lot yesterday. I went to a local market here in Buenos Aires called Mercat de Villa Crespo, and where everyone can buy their own food. So my kids, they each picked a different place to get their food, and Charlie and I had Mexican food.
Like the patio de lecheros?
Yes, similar to that. And so I had tacos, and then I had ice cream. And then in the evening, I went to a barbecue restaurant with some friends, and I had barbecue. But I didn't drink the entire day, which is a plus. Yeah, I had a lot of food. Today I'm trying to knit. I'm trying to catch up with a lot of things. I probably should have said that it's a holiday. It's a non-working day today because tomorrow we have a bank holiday in respect for, what's it called in Spanish? Día del respeto por la diversidad.
Sí.
The day of respect for diversity here in Argentina. And because the country is trying to promote tourism, we don't have, so they made it a 4-day, they moved tomorrow's holiday for today, and they added an extra holiday last Friday. So we had a 4-day holiday.
So many people could go to the
beach, to the mountains,
or other places,
and they can promote tourism, which is something very needed over here in Argentina. And so my mom and I are chilling. We don't have a lot of work to do. My kids are not at school. So, yeah. Kathleen says, bravo on your run. I just sat down to work on my storm shawl and this notification popped up. Thank you. Then Patty says, I am more of a walker. She walks 9 kilometers a day and it's a good feeling. That's amazing. I think that walking is a lot easier and friendlier and healthier on your joints than running, actually. Melina says, hola Joji, mama. Hello from Toronto. Thanksgiving holiday here. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. Here in Canada, we are celebrating Thanksgiving Day today. Lovely to see your mom looking well. Then Vic says, hola, Joji Virginia, besos desde Salta. So can we talk about what you are knitting?
Well, I don't know if you are...
I haven't really announced.
We announced that we are going to be, once again, a grandma.
Yes.
This is going to be my 6th boy.
Grandson.
Yeah.
So mom is going to be a grandma for the 6th time. All of her grandchildren are boys. We are super excited that my brother Santi and his partner Vicky are going to have a baby late March or
22.
early...
22.
Yeah, March 22nd. So now it's
22nd,
super specific. And we learned maybe 2 weeks ago that it's going to be another boy. So
we were very happy.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Grandma and auntie again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Después de muchos años.
After many years, yeah. We haven't had a baby since Fere. My nephew was born in 2014.
Yeah.
So it will be
8 years.
8 years
8
without a
years,
new
yeah.
baby in the family.
Como si fuéramos tía y abuela primeriza.
Yeah, mom says it's like we are grandma and auntie for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I almost feel like I am not ready for my kids to have babies yet, but I almost feel like we were both really waiting to have another baby in the family, but we didn't want to keep our hopes very high, I think. And so it's like when when there's a time when most people in a family have their babies. So for us it was us having babies, and then Charlie's family is having babies, and then my sister having babies, and my brother having babies. So you would share the stroller or the car seats or all of the baby clothes, and now all of that is gone. Just imagine 8 years. We don't have any
Nothing.
of that. So we don't have any baby clothes. We don't have
Ni
anything.
las sillas.
Yeah, nothing. So we have, it's like, yeah, being grandma and auntie for the first time. And also it will be really nice to see how the biggest cousins in the family. I mean, my
Yeah.
eldest son will be 15 years old next month. He's like an uncle to the
Of
new
course,
baby.
of course.
So that will be very, very nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, so mom, let's see what everyone's saying. Congratulations, everyone's sending congratulations. Yeah, so everyone's sending their good wishes. Kim says, I was there too. I never thought I would have another after Nicolas. I know. So mom is knitting for the new baby.
Yeah.
We know now that it's a boy.
Es como un body. ¿no? Es pecherita y después dos pedelcitos que se cruzan atrás.
So it's like a romper with
Una
some
pecherita acá.
bib and then some straps for the shoulder. This is so cute. And
Very
there's
little.
a little pattern on the side. That's adorable. Everyone's like, oh my God, that's adorable.
Es very raro tejer chiquitito.
Mom says it's very strange to knit for little people again.
And with the little needles.
These are sock-size needles, right? What's 2 millimeter needles?
2 milliliters.
2 millimeter needles. So what is the pattern that you're using?
The drops.
It's a drops pattern. Do you have it printed there?
Ya te digo.
No, people are asking if you designed this yourself, but no, she's using a pattern from drops. We're gonna look it up.
Ready to play se llama. Ya te digo.
And the yarn?
Ready
Oh, this is so cute. Okay, look at this. Oh my goodness. Okay, ready to play. Ready to play romper.
¿Qué es romper?
Romper is como un enterito.
Ah, ok.
By Drops Baby. Knitted play suit for baby with cables and moss stitch in Drops Merino extra fine. Sizes 1 to 24 months. Too cute. Everyone's like, too cute. Kate says, I always forget how little babies are. That is so sweet. Too cute. Sweet. Adorable. That's so cute.
Yeah.
So the yarn, sorry, you were...
Acrílico.
So this is acrylic from our local yarn
Yeah,
stores. Did you go especially to buy this, or did you have it in
Por
your
internet.
stash? Oh, you bought online?
Yeah.
And you had it delivered?
Yeah. I bought red, blue, white,
Very discreet.
and orange.
Very discreet colors. He can be a Baywatch baby. Okay, adorable romper.
This yarn is to make to put in the lavarropa.
Yeah, so yeah, of course, so moms can wash it. Are you planning to need anything else already? Have you decided? Oh, sorry. Any other things?
He buscado así en drops algunas cositas.
Okay. And then
But I need to knit the ¿cómo se dice la manta?
the
The baby
blankets.
blanket. The baby blanket.
Did you buy the yarn for that?
No. Because I want to knit something very very nice.
Very special.
Yeah.
It's going to be cold when
Yeah.
the baby is
Yeah.
born. So he will be born at the beginning of the fall, and it will soon
In the
get
beginning
very.
of the cold.
It will soon get very cold
Yeah.
here in March, April. So it has to be a warm blanket.
Yeah. We need to think about it.
We need to think about it. Okay, let's see. So I haven't been knitting much or almost anything at all, but I have some progress to show you and some mistake that I actually think I like. So sorry. I'm still knitting on this cardigan that I showed you.
It's very warm.
It's very warm. I can wear it when my new nephew is born. So I am still knitting on the cardigan that I showed you last week.
It is almost ready.
It's almost ready. It is. I wanted to have something else ready for today. So that's probably why I sound disappointed, but it's almost ready.
Yeah. I also wanted to have this finished for today, but my hands...
My mom's hands sweat a lot.
You know, sometimes they are...
Hi, Nash. Nash.
Nash? Hi, Nash.
We can help your mom find the perfect blanket. Are there any like newish moms out there who could like chime in and say what you would prefer in a blanket? Then Blackmore Rose says, I am currently knitting a set of 7 pairs of newborn baby socks for a good friend whose baby is due in November. They are the cutest thing I have ever knit. Okay, cardigan is looking fabulous. Thank you. So I am knitting on my striped cardigan that I've been showing you.
It's very nice.
I am very happy with it, I have to say. I'm very proud of my design.
It is very nice.
Thanks, Mom. Thank you. I like the length a lot. I think it will grow a little bit, but I like the length a lot. And so if you haven't heard about this cardigan of mine before, I'm using two strands of yarn combined, and then I'm combining them with their same or different colors of mohair to achieve 4 different shades in my sweater. So today I'm working on the second sleeve, which is not far from being done. I also have to work on the facing yet, so for the front band. So I'm working on the second sleeve and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost done with this sleeve. And then when I try it on, I think, okay, I am not almost done. So the thing is that I was trying to copy the stripes that I made on the first sleeves onto the second sleeve, but apparently in a very hockey manner, I omitted 3 or 4 stripes. Very hockey-esque. So, let's see. So, what happened is that the sleeves start the same, but soon they become very different, as you can see as of this stripe over here.
I think your arms are not equal.
Exactly.
So
Good
the
thinking, Mom.
sleeves are not supposed to be equal.
Exactly. Exactly. Like we were talking about one foot being flatter than the other one.
Exactly.
Okay. So that is what happened. I was trying to copy the stripes and I made it okay until this stripe. And then from that point on, I don't know what happened, but obviously my sleeves do not match. But I actually think that they make the cardigan look more interesting.
Exactly. I agree.
So I think I'm going to leave it. I thought Mom will come soon. She loves frogging. Every time I make a mistake,
No, I love frogging, but in this case, I think it is very interesting.
every time I make a mistake, I'm like I don't know what the word is in English, but like going over it again and again and like feeling bad about it and feeling angry and frustrated
In
and
Spanish, you say rumiando.
rumiando, exactly. And so I'm like, I go over it over again. And then my mom, she's always, I can frog it for you. Just let me know. I can frog it for you. I can frog it for you. And I'm like, I don't want to frog. I want to not have made this mistake. And she's like, I can frog it for you. Don't worry. It's like, don't worry that you just spent like 32 hours knitting that sleeve because I can frog it for you.
Of course,
Right?
of course. It's así.
So I am not let you frog this. I am not letting you frog this sleeve.
No. This sleeve is not to be frogged.
We all agree that my unmatched sleeves are the best thing that could happen to this cardigan? Can we like reach a consensus here for
Look.
this design? Like we reached a consensus last week? Okay. Let's see what people are saying. Okay. Alice says you were confused by all the stripes. Oh, you ruminate in English.
¿Qué cosa?
You ruminate
Ah,
in
yeah?
English in the same way as we say in Spanish.
Yeah. So, rumiamos y ruminate.
Yes, exactly. Then Kim, going back to the blanket, Kim says, my favorite blankets for Charlotte are the smaller ones because they are good for using with car seats and strollers, and your cardigan looks great. Yay! Then Joanne says, very wisely, matching sleeves is overrated. Love the randoms.
The only thing I advise is to make the puño.
Yeah, the cuff.
Yeah.
The cuffs
The
will be
cuff
blue.
must be blue.
Because
Yeah.
the bottom hem is blue. Okay. Then let's vote. Leave the sleeve unfrogged. Yes, it looks great. I don't like matchy matchy. Carmen, you're one of our team. Yep, leave it. Nash says, I love them. If you would have not told me, I wouldn't have noticed. But now you know and you think it's wonderful. I like the sleeves as they are. Maybe an accident, but a great design detail gives a very designer look. That's what I'm calling it as of now. Absolutely the best thing. It looks great. Yes, let's vote. Don't frog.
No, I will not frog it.
We're agreeing. Glad you need like us. Periodic mistakes, sort of. I think they look good. I love it just as it is. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Embrace sleeves diversity.
Of course.
Sorry, I like everything too much. Oh, Luana, the good thing is that if people like they do prefer them too much, they can, but maybe they wouldn't have tried an unmatched sleeve unless the designer had it on her front page. It's a design element. Put it in the pattern. Paula says, I'm always frogging everything.
This will be the diversity sweater.
No, maybe not. but it will be the unmatched sleeves sweater, the designer sleeve sweater. I have not had my mother with me for many years, so it is wonderful to see and hear you and your mama love so hard well together. Thank you. And then Brigitte says they have too much for me. So anyway, that is my progress for today. I'll show you. I'll hopefully have it ready for next edition, the sleeves, so I can pick up the band and start showing you my idea or how I'm planning to work the front band. But I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I'm pretty happy with the use of yarn. We've been talking about the use of yarn in previous editions of the live journal.
To manage the different balls.
It is complicated. Yes, but I was just driving myself crazy trying to.
No.
I was driving myself crazy trying to carry the yarns that I was not using up the side, and I decided that I don't mind weaving ends as much as to put up with that. So I'm cutting the yarn that I'm not using after each stripe, and honestly I'd rather weaving the ends than carrying mohair up the side.
Yeah.
It's just a nightmare because it tangles and
it's complicated.
It's very complicated. So I'm just cutting the yarn. But people can.
Should you have anything for me to make this sweater?
I suppose so. Yes,
I love it.
We should look. I have a lot of mohair and a lot of.
Do you want me to test it?
If I ever write a pattern again, that would be very nice. But I don't seem to write any patterns lately. No. I don't know what's going on. But yes, I would love you to test my pattern, please.
Yeah.
The other progress that I made is I wound the yarn for the shawl that we were talking about last week. This is the only progress that I made on the shawl that I don't know if you remember or if you watched last weekend's video, but we were talking about me making a shawl using a single skein of yarn and a bunch of leftovers. So I went ahead and I wound up the yarn, and that is all that's done for this shawl. But I am going to start it next week this week now that it's wound up. I just find that since the striped cardigan is so easy because I already know what I have to do and I have to make all the decreases, then I just find it really easy to pick it up and make progress on that, and very relaxing. But I'll start the shawl. I think that once I start the shawl, if I write what I want to do, it should also be easy. It should also be an easy project. So once I start, it will make it more appealing to me to pick it up and make progress. Then Bernadette says, for the baby blanket, I needed the Joji blanket by Helen Stewart, who you love. And it was nice and modern, and my grandson loves it. So we should look it up. It's called the Joji blanket by Helen.
La buscamos.
Yeah. And so the only yarn that I can tell you for sure that I will be using is this one, the full skein, and it's the Hedgehog Fibers sock yarn, and the color is called Vengeance, and it's like a brown with eggplant and green colorway.
Sweater?
No, a shawl. And we were talking about making a shawl with one skein from your stash and a lot of sock leftovers.
Yeah.
So this is how much we usually get leftover from a pair of socks. So the shawl will take 5 complementary colors in small amounts that you probably have from your leftover stash.
This is really nice.
Marisa says, I love knitting your Forever and Ever cowl and loving knitting your Seidel pullover all the more. I love those colors. Thank you. The other thing I just started doing now that mom arrived, and I would probably send you home with this one, mom, is I started picking up the stitches to make the front band of my pink cardigan that I'm making with Pura Hilados yarn. And it's just missing the front band and of course a draft for the pattern.
¿Te fijaste la aguja?
Yeah, it's the right needle size. It's a smaller size than the body of the sweater, and I'm picking up at a rate of 5 stitches out of 7 rows. So I pick 3 out of 4 and then 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4 and 2 out of 3. And that gives me a good ratio for a ribbed front band.
Para que no tironee.
Yeah, so that it's not loose and ruffled and it's not tight either. Then Joji and Mama, just catching you live. I am knitting understated right now. And then Nash says, she says, so close by Joji is the best baby blanket ever. The size is amazing and Alana still uses it and she's almost 6 years old. I know it's supposed to be a shawl, but it also makes an amazing blanket. That is a pattern that was published in the first volume of Interpretations. Let's see if I can find it over here. I don't think I have Interpretations 1. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. Let's see. It should be there, but perhaps it's inside. What a pity. Oh, no, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and I don't have volume 1. But anyway, it's a shawl blanket that I made for the first edition of Interpretations, and then the original version I gave to my friend Julie, and then I knit it again for Nash's baby. Hi Nash.
Only one color?
Only one color. For Nash, I made it in a lime green alpaca.
I love it.
I recently knit the Leafy Baby Blanket by Lila Alieva and the Dance on the Breeze Baby Blanket by 5410 Studio. I love both, especially Leafy Baby Blanket. It's so pretty. And then Vic says she's wearing the Amy cardigan. It can't be any cuter, that pattern. And then Guillermina says that the live video won't let her translate, but she loves watching us. And then she says, you're so disciplined with your training, with your work. Do you schedule your work and or set times? And she says that she loves us. So about my work, I'm lucky that I could decide at the beginning of the year to take it a bit easier this year with work. So I'm not working as many hours as I used to. There used to be a time when I would wake up at 6 or 7 and I would start knitting and writing and editing, and I would go to bed at 12 and I would do the same. And also I was very hooked up with social media, so that would take a big amount of time away from what was happening in my home and in my work. So I am not working that many hours. I probably work about 2 to 3 hours in my computer every day and not more than that. I make time for my training. Someone said yesterday something like, where do you find the time to train? And I said, I didn't find it, I made it, because it really is like that. If I spent many years waiting to have the time to do X or Y, and then I realized that I needed to make the time to do the things that were important for me at a certain moment. So this year I am making more time to work out, to walk, but that of course makes I have to cut down the time that I spend working, and it cuts down on my production rate for sure. I try not to get too disappointed when people make a comment about that, like, oh, you're not putting out so much work, or oh, you don't seem to be working as much.
I am doing a lot of things.
But I think that I've talked about this. I think that I deserve this year to do other things. And of course, I miss putting out more work. I am the first one to notice that I'm not putting out as much as I used to. But all in all, I think it is a very positive thing. It makes me really appreciate every little work that comes out, and I'm not constantly pursuing more production. I'm pursuing more happiness. I like that I can tell you more about everything that happens over here. So that's my current balance. People are saying congrats on the half marathon. Good morning from Northern California to the delightful duo. I hope you enjoyed your trip here in Port Angeles. Very cool to see you're vacationing in my area. And nothing wrong with slowing down and focusing. Yeah, you need to be happy to be creative. I am currently doing the exact same thing. Pick up for the color of the cardigan, let go. It's 2 out of 3, then 3 out of 4 to make 6.5 out of 7. Literally right there in this cardi pattern for the knit along. So yeah, I don't think that we have any more knitting news for today.
What about the knit along?
What about the knit along? It's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
What would you like to know?
No, about anything happening.
No, the knit along is running smoothly with the moderators for each team, and I haven't heard that there's anything strange happening. Everyone's having fun. They are working on
Very calm.
their patterns. It's a very calm, it's a shorter knit along this year. And most of my involvement is going through these videos. But when we finish the knit along at the end of October, we'll draw all the
End of
prices.
October?
Yeah, it's a shorter one this year. We will draw all the prices. We'll have a lot. Nash says everyone's doing amazing. We will have a lot of project bags from Joji & Go. Each team will receive 2 project bags from us. So that's 10 project bags from Joji & Go. Because I felt like this was a more intimate knit along, and I didn't want to go out looking for a lot of other prizes, so I decided that we would be the main sponsors of the knit along, and everyone seems to really like the project bags. So we will have 2 project bags for each team, and we will have other prizes too at the end drawn among the winners and patterns. And yeah, it's a smaller event this year, but I think it's cozier. Mary says, the knit along is fun, so much camaraderie, and I am amazed at the progress I am making. When does the knit along begin? What do we need? What time does it start? Holly, it started on September 7, on September 10, and it will end in 2.5 weeks. These live editions are designed to chat with people who are participating in the knit along, even if they haven't signed up. There are people who are just joining informally. So every Monday we sit and chat and check on everyone's progress. I don't know if people are reading the comments, but a lot of people are knitting their knit along projects while watching these videos, which is very sweet. We're all knitting, and we do it every year. We do it for the fall. You can knit any pattern of mine that you like, whether it's self-published or whether it's been published in a magazine. And then we draw prizes among the winners, among the finished objects of each team. So there are some random prizes for just those participating, even if they haven't finished their projects, but the larger prizes will be drawn among those people who have finished their projects, like the project bags. So make sure that you show your photos when you finish the project, that you post in the FO thread. Nash made sure, Nash is our moderator coordinator. If you go to the Designs by Joji group on Ravelry, you will find tons of information about the knit along. Everything is very organized. There's a frequently asked questions thread where you can read what the very loose rules for the knit along are, where you need to post so that we can see your photo and you can enter all the drawings for the prizes. Make sure towards the end of the knit along that you finish. If you're very close to finish, make sure you finish so that you can enter your project in the finished object thread. And once the knit along finishes, we'll be posting the winners on the forum for sure. Anna says I'm working on the Forever and Ever KAL. I'm having so much fun knitting the newspaper pullover. I'm so happy about that. Virginia says I am doing the Amy cardigan. She started the fourth color of the body. Catherine says, I love the live chats. It's fun to see the creation process as it's happening. Beyond fun to see you put your new shawl yarn is wound. Holly says, is it too late to join on Monday? What time? Am I Central California? So next Monday we will be live at the same time. It's 2 p.m. Buenos Aires time and it's 1 p.m. Eastern time. And so the signups for the knit along are closed. We close them before the knit along starts. But you can join us informally. You can like post and join the videos and chat with everyone who's making maybe the same pattern you chose. And then Kathy says she's close to finishing the washed out shawl. She thinks it's very pretty. Kate is knitting the hipster cowl. She decided it was perfect to learn continental knitting. Furling's great. Knit stitches need some practice. Claudia just finished taking pictures of her Rafa's hat and posted them on the Finish Objects thread. That is fantastic. Das Bushel is working on her or his boxy. She or he has split for the armholes yesterday, so now I'm confident that I can finish in time. Perla sends her regards to Senora Virginia. She says you're adorable and your knitting is beautiful. Joanne says the instructions for adding a picture to the thread are life-changing, and she's referring to Nash's tutorials on how to use Ravelry, how to add a picture to a thread, how to tag a project. So if you've never used Ravelry or if you are intimidated by some of the features or some of the tools, you can come to our Designs by Joji group because Nash has made a great job teaching you everything that you can do with Ravelry and how to make the most of a knit along. So thank you, Nash, for being so ultra excellent. So everyone's now like sharing their projects. As always, everyone's welcome in the Designs by Joji group. The Knit Along is a yearly event that takes place during a few weeks, but the group is always open. The forums are always open. There's a lot of chattery.
To post questions.
There's a lot of chattery all year long. Anytime you can come, you can meet friends who are knitting similar patterns. I am very happy to have friends who are very sweet and patient and understanding and
Colaboradoras.
yeah, and they always help me and make me look great because they do all the work. So thank you to everyone. Thank you, Vero. Thank you, Nash. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Sarah. And thank you, Carson, for being my moderator team. Yeah, I don't do anything. They do all the work. So thank you so much. Mary says the moderators have been so helpful, supportive, and friendly. So yeah, they have. Elise says, Joji, does any of your sweaters have bigger armholes and more ease on the sleeves? Elise, when I teach classes on sweaters and how they fit, I always tell my students that bodies for every woman are different, and unfortunately as designers we have to design for standard measurement for all the sizes. To design the armhole depth and to design the sleeves, we guide ourselves using a table of measurements, and those are standard measurements. But if you know that usually when you need my patterns or other people's patterns, the sweaters end up fitting you tight here at the armhole or at the sleeve, you can adjust them to fit you. You don't have to look for, you don't just need to look for patterns that have bigger sleeves. You can adjust them to your own measurements. So for example, the armhole, most sweaters are designed to be knitted from the top down. So you can make the armhole depth a little bit deeper for you. And then when you knit the sleeves, you can go up a size for the sleeves. So perhaps you choose the fourth size for the body, and maybe you look at the schematic and you decide that the sleeve measurement for the sixth size is the one that fits you the best. So you can like make that armhole depth a little bit deeper, perhaps to match the sixth size, and then use the instructions for the sleeves for the sixth size. And voila, you have a sweater that matches you better. I always recommend that you measure your arm at the upper arm, so at the biggest part of the arm, and then add at least 2 inches of positive ease. So let's say your upper arm measurement is, I don't know, 16 inches around. So look at the schematic and choose a sleeve that is 17 or 18 inches around, and that will fit you perfectly.
Better.
Or better. And then instead of just going for the sleeve instructions for the size that fits your bust, maybe you can switch and you can follow the sleeve instructions for the armhole and the sleeve that fit your upper arm best. Yes, larger arms would be great. Hello, all from Colorado. I'm working on my Now Out cardigan. So fun to see such an international group. Fun to catch you on my lunch break. Okay, we are now on to 1 hour of just chattering and almost no knitting progress. I think we're going to say goodbye now and see you next Monday. I'll see if I can convince Mom to come next Monday and record, and maybe you can show some more progress than I.
For the baby.
For the baby knitting.
And thanks for the advice for the baby blankets.
Yes. Thank you for everyone for coming in with the opinions and suggestions for the baby blankets. As always, I appreciate your joining me and listening to anything that I have to say, whether it's knitting related or absolutely nothing to do with knitting, like running. You're appreciated and I'm grateful. See you next week, folks. Bye bye.